is the URT. Welcome to the URT. You are the URT. We are the URT. Big up the URT. Welcome, people. Welcome. So it looks like people, Giddyfc have been gunning for me. Giddyfc is out in full force. Giddyfc is out in full force. And they're telling me, I don't know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is this. I wish everything I ever predicted about this football club was wrong. I wish that everything I've ever predicted about this football club was wrong. I wish. But you know what, people? Everything's more right. I'm afraid to say Mr. Structure is more right times about what's happening at this football club than most, because most don't want to tell you the truth. But Mbeumo, do I rate Mbeumo? Yes. Is he a good player? Yes. But people are going on like he's fucking Ronaldinho. So let's cut the cap. Let's put that BS. He ain't Ronaldinho. And Cunha ain't flipping Ronaldo R9. They played, both of them scored goals in totally different system to us. So let's stop the cap. We wish them to come and actually do a madness at Manchester United. We wish them to do that. But let's get into it. So we've signed Cunha. That's the only player we've signed. Before Giddyfc get anywhere, we've only signed one player. So, and we need 7. I said 7 first team, including a goalkeeper. One of them being a goalkeeper. I said 7. So let's get behind the headlines. Let's cut through the BS and let's look at the facts, people. Big up to every one of you. Big up, love, light. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon. Big up wherever you are in this world. But let's talk about it. Mbeumo Bumba comes yesterday night. Mbeumo Bumba. I was at the cinema. I was watching a film. And Mbeumo Bumba drops. And I'm like, yo, that is big. The fact that he chose Manchester United. As shit as we are, and how much we've been horrendous, we might have still a little bit of that Manchester United name means something to certain players. Now I'm hearing rumors that he's a United fan, but then I'm also hearing, because Spurs didn't offer him that money, Newcastle don't offer him that money, and Arsenal will not offer him that money, and he's gone with the team that said to him that we'll offer you 200 grand plus goal, goal bonuses and all of that stuff. So this is where we're at, people. We've not signed Mbeumo yet. He has prefaced to come and join Manchester United. And now the reports are coming out, because I don't like going to breaking news because I'm not part of Giddyfc. I look at the facts. I look at the facts and think what's going on. And reports everywhere that they want £63 million for a guy who's in his last year of his contract. Make that make sense. They want 63 million for a player who refused to sign a contract with them. He refused to sign a contract with Brentford, an extension, and they want 63 million pounds sterling. That's what they want. And then the other big thing is that Bruno's staying. But the way the statements come out, Bruno wants to be at top European level. Top European level. Manchester United 15th. That's not top European level. We haven't got European football and we're 15th. What you waffling about, Bruno? What you waffling about? And only because apparently his wife was like, no, not good for the children. Not good for the... Not good, even though, that money, we can be richer than rich. I can't be asked going to Saudi. So, it had nothing to do with United. It had everything to do with Bruno and his missus and his family to go, ooh, should we unseat the kids? Kids are in school, nursery. Should we take them over there? And he said no. But to me, listen to the wording. I'm prepared to stay at top European level. What European level? But there you go. There you go. Big up Adewale. Adewale, I knew you'd be in here. First person I thought about yesterday was you. And I thought, you know what? Boy, oh boy. And the fan base, obviously, the Bruno stand, the Bruno sexuals are happy. But I personally think playing around one player is dangerous. Playing through one player, I never want ever that. I have nothing against Bruno. I think Bruno's been a good player on the whole for Manchester United. But is he a player that actually damages Manchester United? Yes, he does. He's headless. He boosts the ball. He doesn't play with calmness. He doesn't play to a tactical setup. He goes headless everywhere. Everybody knows. If you watch football, everybody knows. But the Bruno sexuals will tell you about. They'll only ever tell you about XG. XG doesn't tell you he was one-on-one. XG told how good the chance he created was. Behave yourselves. Anyway, Adewale says Bruno stays, we're finished as a club. He will leave in 2 seasons on a free and play every minute. So instead of us getting 100 million, starting the rebuild, we have this donkey in the pivot the next 2 seasons. Yeah, and I actually don't think he can play in the pivot. To me, you know what? I'm not going to lie to Adewale. I'm kind of happy. I hope that Kobe leaves now. I genuinely hope that Kobe leaves Manchester United. Because for me, I care more about Kobe's future than I care about Bruno. Manchester United are Manchester United. This coach wants him. And this coach is playing some shit football with Bruno. Right? Shit football. We can't unlock any low blocks. And we play 5 at the back anyway. So what's there to get excited about, people? What's there to get giddy about? Where's the win backs? Have you signed any win backs? Have you signed the goalkeeper? Then you can go, yo, you are, hold that. No, I'm getting all these DMs on Twitter and on Instagram. Hold that, Mr. Negative, hold that. Listen, you're getting bent over for Mbeumo. Do I think he's a good player? Yes. Do I think Cunha is a good player? Yes. But they're both players play for a struggle a lot of teams. They both been in teams who lose a lot of games. They play better football. Those 2 Wolves play better football than United towards the end. And so do Brentford. But let's not get it twisted. But let's deal with the matter. We'll come to Mbeumo in a minute. We'll come to Mbeumo, and then we got to talk about Jadon Sancho as well. Loads of news, people. So I'm gonna put a poll up, but the mods and every one of you are responsible to get the likes. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. I'm going to put a fair therapy army. I'm going to put it up the poll. Are you happy Bruno staying? That's the poll. Get involved. I'm going to put that up right now. And then we're going to wait for that. I want 100 of you to get involved in the voting for that poll. And then we'll end that poll, and then we can put poll. Is Sancho to come in to run his contract down so he can go on a free and a big payday somewhere else? Are you happy about that? We're going to put that on as well. Okay? So let's do it, people. We're going to do the show together. Just me and the community. Let's do it together. Let's do a proper show, people. Let's be having you. Let's be having you. Let me start this poll. Are you happy about Bruno Fernandes staying? Are you happy about Bruno's decision to stay? Yes, yay, or nay? Let's do it, people. Let's do it. Let's be having you, everybody. Let's be having you. But big up Adewale. Adewale, listen. You might be right, but for me, Manchester United should have made that decision. The fact that we're waiting, this is how bad we are as a football club. The fact that we're waiting on a player that clearly did not work in no pivot last season is madness to me. But big up, let me just get to this. Breaking, Jadon Sancho. Yeah, listen, you know what? Hold the Sancho quotes back. I need you to get me the Bruno Fernandes. Let me have a look. Big up to Khalees. Not Khalees, to Sheikh Arian. Big up to Sheikh Arian. Please, the Bruno quotes. Give me the Bruno quotes because I need to break it down. Big up Sheikh Arian. There you go. He got it all from me already. Exclusive. Bruno Fernandes rejected Al Hilal proposal despite crazy contract proposal from the Saudi Pro League club. Bruno Fernandes wants to continue playing football in Europe. meaning the captain wants to play top level in Europe. Decision made. Meeting on the way between Inter management. Okay, we'll come to that. We'll come to that about Inzaghi as well. So just big up. Let's talk about that. Look at this. Look at this. What is it saying here, people? What is it saying here? Top European level. Level European. To play top level in Europe. Okay. Okay. Interesting. What does that mean, though? Because if that means that he's tried to leave a door open, if any of the Champions League teams in Europe come in and put a bid in for him, he'll leave. Is that what it means? Talk to me, people. Because that wording is really interesting. Or am I just reading too much into it? Let me know if I'm reading too much into it. Do you think I'm reading too much into this? Do you think I'm reading too much into this, people? Talk to me. Am I reading too much into this? Am I reading too much into this? Am I reading too much into this, people? Talk to me nice. Because that sounds a bit, but anyway, I want to hear what your comments say. For me, my 2 pence is this. Why mention top European level when Manchester United are not? Manchester United are not top European level. We're not. We're not. We've got no European football. Or do you think that is lost in translation, and it could be the way that Fabrizio's worded it? Talk to me. Well, there you go. There you go. Football heritage. 31-year-old instead of building of Mainu. No, but I want Mainu to leave because this club can't develop him. I'm not going to lie to you, Ferry. This club can't develop him. Nuruddin, you know that Pogba has been injured half of his United career. Okay. Okay, we're bringing that back up again. Big up to every one of you. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. Our target is 200 likes. Our target for the show is 200 likes. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP, people. Let's be having you. I still sell Bruno to Bayern if we can get 60 million. If we can get 60 million, that means that how much did we pay for him? Can somebody remind me how much we paid? Was it 60 or 50? How much did we pay for Bruno? It says, big up. I hope you're well. Always free Palestine. Yeah, man. Look, the flag's there. We're here. We do it with our chest, bro. I never leave the house without this. Never. I hold the Palestinians deep here in me all the time because that's what they've asked. That's what they've asked. We have friends in Gaza and they've asked, nobody can stop us getting genocided, but please let people know about what's happening to us. And that's why we don't give a damn about how we're shadow banned on this channel. We don't give a damn if the notifications don't work. We don't give a damn if they're unsubscribing YouTube and Google are unsubscribing some subscribers. But we don't give a damn about that. We're going to still always shout for the humanity of the Palestinians and the Lebanese and the Congolese and the Sunnis and anybody else who's around this world that's oppressed. Solidarity. Big up, Yusuf. Always up. Let me just get the super chat, man. Adewale, appreciate always, King. He says here, what happened with Sancho is Ashworth negotiated a horrible deal to get Sancho out, mainly because of Eric Ten Hag. Chelsea didn't pay a loan fee and paid 40% of his wages. It was an option to buy with 5 million penalty loan fee. If he comes back, okay. There you go. There you go. He broke it down perfectly. I was going to inform them that, but that's what's going on. But the Bruno, let me have a look at where we are at the poll. How many of you have voted? People need to get voting. Listen, let's get to 100 votes because I really want to know. Are you happy about Bruno's decision to stay? At this moment in time, 36% said yes. 64% say no, nay. So yay is 37, 63. Let's get to 100 people voting. Or even 150 people voting, and then we can do the next poll about Sancho. We can do the next poll. But yeah, Bruno Fernandes for me, I just think Manchester United should have moved on. And I think he bottled it. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he bottled it. I think he bottled it. I genuinely think he bottled it. 60 million, 52 million for Bruno, we bought him. 55, people are saying this is what we bought him. But yeah, at the end of the day, big up DJ, big up to my brother, man. Big up King. I hope you well. Sending love always. I hope you all is well with you, King. Big up and love. 55 million we bought him. Stick to reality. Stick to reality, Nuruddin. There you go. The reality is here, bro. Let's talk about it, Tom. We always on the reality because this is the therapy, bro. This is what we call. This is what we call. What was the name that we called it? Oh, what was the name? Big up to Khalees Ramadan last week. He turned up with the name. Let me just get this super chat. Big up to the people out there. Z's, big up to you, King. He says, Nuruddin and chat. I wasn't gassed about Mbeumo news. It's not official. One, he said, it's not official. 2, our broke, clueless owners are still here. 3, I had the feeling Bruno will never be leaving. Hit the likes and subscribe. You know what? The tweet is there. My tweet is there. Look at this. Let me show people the tweet, yeah? Let me show people, yeah? People are saying to me, you said Mbeumo wasn't coming. Because I looked at it logically. Why would he come to Manchester United? Then I find out, Manchester United offered more money than anybody else. Manchester United have offered more money than anybody else. Look at that tweet here. Look at this tweet. Look at the tweet. 30th of May, mate. I said it wasn't what day we on now? 4 days ago. 3-4 days ago, I said this. 4 days ago, I said this, people. I knew it was cap. I called it out early. But people go, hold that. You're wrong. Where am I wrong? You read it there. I said, Bruno's going nowhere. All this is pure waffle to me, just like everything else with this club. Do you guys believe it? And would you take the money? That's the question I posed. Bruno's going nowhere. All this is just pure waffle to me, just like everything else with this club. So hold that, Giddyfc. Hold it. Coming after me. I'm undefeated, mate. The amount of things that I predicted about this football club. And like I said, I don't relish that. I wish I was a waffler like most of you or like most of the people on YouTube. Just waffling positive, toxic positivity. But I'm not. Somebody's got to keep it real. I've told you that before. Somebody's got to keep it real. Somebody's got to. So Bruno, for me, yeah, big up, Tom. Big up, appreciate you, man. All the love. Big up to all of you, lot. Have we even got 100 likes yet? That's 200 likes is the target. 200 likes is the target, people. Let's get into it. And then I won't mention anything about the likes. If you get 200 likes, right? We've got 100 likes. Let's get to 150 now. That's the target. Let's do it, people. Bruno chosen us because we're Manchester United. He says here, it's sad Bruno won't work in the pivot. Even Manu won't work. People have started praising Ineos and we're going to be worse. Yo! Oh, the reality area here, man. The reality check. Reality check FC is here. Reality check FC is here, bro. Nora, he says here, do you think the club is spending this money on signing because they were desperate to get into the Champions League? Yeah, that could be. That could be it. Because that's what remember, one of the things the Glazers only ever wanted was to be in the Champions League. They're not asked about United winning anything. The fan base always chooses to hear whatever they want. When Amorim speaks, he has made it clear Bruno's going nowhere. And he said we should be winning things with Bruno. Okay, Ade, big up to you. But yeah, so let me just see. Let me have a look at the vote. People, smash a like on the video. Let's go. Let's get to 150. Let's get to 150 and let's see if 100 of you have voted. Let's go. Let me have a look at this. So at this moment in time, over 100 people have voted, right? 100 of you have voted. 105 people have voted. And 34% have said, yes, they're happy Bruno staying. Whopping 66% are saying they are not. They're not happy. That is a big sign. If I was Bruno, I'd be having looking at some of these polls because this is majority United fans. This is majority United fans who are saying these things. And I would be worried if I was him. I would be worried if I was him. Yeah, I'd be worried. I would be worried. I would be worried without him. I'm telling you, I would be worried. I would be worried because a lot of the fan base were like, see you later, Bruno. See you later, Bruno. A lot of the fan base were doing that. A lot of the fan base were doing that. A lot of the fan base were doing that. So, for me, it's really interesting. It's really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. Really, really fascinating. And majority of the fan base are like, nah, we're not here. We're not here for that. And so it's interesting. I'm happy for the people that love Bruno. I'm happy for them because they're also United fans. They're also United fans. So I'm happy for them because some of them, I'm not going to lie to you, some of them were stressing. Some of them were messaging me going, no, you can't lose Bruno. He's our best player. He's Mr. XG. He's our best player. Yeah. So this is what we're saying. Big up Jarvis. Big up Jarvis. Please, people. Jarvis, go and check out Tactical Devils. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. We need to get it to 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers. That channel deserves it. They have one of the best flagship shows on YouTube on a Monday night, 9 o'clock, Jarvis Corner. Impeccable. And they do game-by-game analysis, deep analysis, Jarvis and Stu. So go and check it out. Big up. I used to write the club's moving early in the window. PL experience and physical profiles are already coming in. Could be the start of a monster window or just huff and puff from Ineos. Well, this is it. You know how I feel. I think it can be huff and puff from Ineos. But show me something. Silence me, Jarvis. Silence me. I'm Ineos' biggest critic. Silence people like me. Silence me. But they're not going to silence me. They're not. Because now, I'm telling you now, this Mbeumo deal is going to drag out. It's going to drag out. It's going to drag out. It's going to drag. It's going to drag. By the way, I've had to postpone the video because I would have been doing the video now to drop it later. But because all the news that was breaking last night and today, I've had to do a live stream. So the Cunha video is coming because we're going to look at pros and cons. And we're going to talk about positions where he might fit in. So we're going to look into that. But yeah, hit the like, subscribe, people. Hit the like, subscribe. That's a good question. I want to pose this question to you lot. Yes, we always said, Jarvis, we need physicality. Manchester United do not have Premier League experience and physical profiles. We don't have that. We don't have that. Everybody and their nan can see that. So if the club are doing something to add that, well, they should be doing that. They should be, because they're the ones in charge of the football club. They should be doing that. But for me, all I see with this Mbeumo, the idea that, because all the Giddy army, look, we have a laugh. We have a bit of banter with Giddyfc. But the way they were celebrating last night, if it was just this to be drawn out and that he doesn't have any preseason with Manchester United and Mbeumo's going on strike on preseason in Brentford, not going preseason with Brentford and going on strike and all that business like they did with Anthony, then no thank you. You might as well move on. Might as well move on to the next target. You might as well move on to the next target. And plus, Jarvis, I'm realistic to know that Cunha and Mbeumo play in different systems and actually scored goals in those systems because they were the main guys for their team. Well, Matt will tell you a different. Matt said that Cunha got banned for 6 games and they won all 6. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But Bruno bottled it for me. Bruno obviously clearly wants to leave Manchester United, but he bottled it. He bottled it. He bottled it. He absolutely bottled it, people. Brian Mbeumo's reportedly told Newcastle the winger wanted to quadruple his 45. There we go! Put up! Big up to Cyrus. Big up to Cyrus. You know what? I'm sitting there. And everybody's texting me. I see Saeed getting giddy. I see Rants with the shades. Big up Rants. Because when the way Rants was talking, I felt like I'm one of those pee holes. I watch the Rants video. Rants going, football heritage. You pee holes, he tells them. Yo, those Arsenal fans battle Rants. They love to hate watch on Rant streams, man. I'm telling you, I need to build an army of hate watchers. You know, people who love to hate watch. They need to come to this channel. Trust me. Brian Mbeumo's representatives told that Newcastle that the winger wanted to quadruple his 45,000 a week salary at Brentford. There you have it, people. There you have it. At this moment in time, it's hammering. I wasn't alive when Shakespeare was alive. My favorite poet of all time, though, is Rumi. I don't know if you know Rumi. My favorite poet of all time is Rumi. Well, to be fair, I can't say favorite. I've got loads of poets. I'm from an area of the world. Actually, my favorite poet in my ever is my grandma. My grandma was my favorite poet ever. She was undefeated. She give you 32 bars, no problem. Telling you everything about your character, taking the absolute pee out of you. That was my grandma. So she was the greatest poet. But after that, Rumi, then Amarim. Another season, another time, our midfield will get neglected again, especially because of Amarin's style and neglect the midfield. There you go, Kronk King. There you go. There you go, Kronk King. There you go. Telling truths, but the fans don't want to hear it. Everybody telling me about Mbeumo and Cunha. Mbeumo, it's Cunha. It's Mbeumo, it's Cunha. Mbeumo Cunha FC. Here we go. Here we go. And you know what? We've not even signed him yet. And the way the fan base got gassed. Listen, I'm in the cinema, yeah? And I came out of the cinema and I went to the loo. And then I just looked at all the different WhatsApp groups. Ping, 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 bomba, bomba. And then Saeed, then Rants. I saw I'm like, yo, what's going on here? And then I saw Twitter. FC was going in. They were going in. Would you be worried if the fan base don't know what they want in life? Why would he be worried? Big up to Man UFC 45. Check on the word Scouser, haha. Oh my God. Talk to me. Do you find it admirable that Bruno chose Manchester United over many? In a modern game, it's all about greed. Most footballers would have gone for the biggest pay pack. But, Jarvis, how does Bruno affect Manchester United tactically? Yes, that is a brilliant point. Jarvis, jump on, man. Take a working lunch. Come on. Jump on. Jump on for half an hour. Come on, Jarvis. Jump on for 45 minutes. I don't have to see your face. You just be on the phone. Call in the show, Jarvis. Call in the show. Yes, that is admirable. But for me, I think if top European teams come in, Bruno's leaving. Bruno's is leaving. I personally think his wife has said, nah, don't know about us going there, lad. That's what she said. I feel sorry for Saeed. What a day for the news for him. Yeah, big up Saeed, man. Big up Saeed. Yo, he's traveling, isn't it? Is he traveling today? I think he's traveling today. Safe journey, Saeed. I hope you're good, King. He's traveling. Is he traveling to South Africa today? He's away for 10 days. Check out all the vlogs, people. Make sure you stay locked in to Saeed TV. Let's get him to 200K, man. He works hard, man. He's doing like 3, 4, 5 video streams, doing it all, man. Make sure you reward that. You reward him. Yes, I do rate Mbeumo, but he ain't no Ronaldinho, Ramo. He ain't no Ronaldinho. So I'm not getting gassed. I'm not. And he scored those goals, that 28 goal involvement in a specific system, Thomas Frank system, where they play him sometimes off the right, off the left, sometimes through the middle. He comes short. So he's a good player. Do not get it twisted. He's a very good player. But let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. He ain't no Ronaldinho. And he's from a football club where they lose a lot. So one thing I would expect that hopefully his mentality when we lose is to get over the game. And to be fair, Brentford, they fight in games. So hopefully he'll bring, if we sign him, he'll bring the fighting spirit, that fighting spirit. He'll bring that fighting spirit. But do I rate him? Yes. I've rated him for a long time. But to me, there's no point signing him if you're not going to give him and Cunha the preseason with Amorim. There's no point of signing him. Let's just have a look at the poll. Let me do a poll check. 150 of you have voted. Have you got 150 likes? Are we 200 likes yet? Let's get to 200 likes, people. People, come on. We're 70 likes short. 70 likes short, man. Let's go. 70 likes short of our target for the stream. So the quality. And when he signs, I'll do the video. I'll do an in-depth. That's one thing I promised you lot. Any signing Manchester United mate, you're going to get unbiased reality vision of the signing. No overhyping, no Giddyfc. Want every signing that comes to Manchester United to do well. Every signing, right? But we're not doing smoke and mirrors FC here. Because how many players have you all got excited about, including me, in the past 10 years that signed for Manchester United? And then they turn up and then you're like, what the F is this? Because this club is toxic. And the owners make it toxic. So at the end of the day, I will do an in-depth. Honestly, I was going to do the in-depth Cunha video today. In-depth. I've already got everything set up. I just need to record it. But if Mbeumo signs, I promise you, Ramo, I will do an in-depth scouting on him. What is his attributes? What his weaknesses are? What was his attributes? What kind of system? The positions he likes to play in. The types of goals he scores. We go into all of that. His physicality, his pace, his endurance, his injury record. We'll have it all covered. We will have it all covered in here. And we'll do the pros and cons. We'll do the pros and cons. We will do it. But for me, I'm not going to lie to you. Manchester United have not signed a wing-back and they've not signed any midfielders or a centre-half. And that's worrying. And the goalkeeper, that's worrying. We're not linked with any of those people. There you go, Alien. Alien said it there. Yeah, I'll come to Sancho, but let me just chat a little bit about Mbeumo. Looks like Mainu will be leaving. No room for him with Bruno staying. Yeah, 100% Alien. 100% Alien. You said it, Pete. Build the team around Mr. Hand Grenade. There you go, FC, mate. Hand Grenade FC. People like that. Yes, people, that's the channel. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Yeah, people. Yeah, let me just get the super chat. Big up. And I see says, Ineos are like the Glazers. No clear strategy. They overspent on 2 to 3 players, lack the backbone and ability to offload, and most incomes will be loans. Garnacho, Hoyland, others will stay. Wow. He's going in there. He's going in. He's making predictions. Abdelaziz, man of my own heart, my own coach called Abdelaziz. He's going, man. He's going in. He's going in. Who says that? It's 180. It's 200. It's over 200 grand. He wants 200 grand. Manchester United have given Cunha 200 grand. Do you think Mbeumo scored more goals? He's going to go, you've given Cunha 200, you're giving me 180? No chance. No chance. No chance. Amarin's a poet. I'm telling you now, he's not coming for that level of money. He wants 200 grand because it's his last big contract in his peak. Well, there we go. No, he only talks about that when he wants to sack people. He only talks about that when he wants to sack people. Nuruddin, always a fan of you and your ideology. You have been consistent on your views. Hats off to you. Big up to you. Love from India. Big up Hash. Yeah, love to you, man. Big up to my people in India. Nura, can't attract talent, attract through money. There you go. There you go. This is where we're at. So I'm looking at it going, Mbeumo, like, why is Mbeumo choosing to come to Manchester United? Why is he coming to choose to come to Manchester United? And it's because Spurs don't pay that wages. If players are not giving him 200 grand. Newcastle not giving him 200 grand. Arsenal 100% not giving him 200 grand. And that's why he chose Manchester United. And then there's some rumors, people saying he's a United fan. But yeah, I rate the player. Happy to welcome him. But people, I can't share this tweet with you people. I swear to God, you know what? I saw the Brentford fan on I think it might have been on Insta going in. Listen to this, Mbeumo after 3 months at Manchester United. Oh my God. Yo, Twitter's brutal, people. Twitter's brutal. Twitter's brutal, people. This is what they're saying. They're saying this is Mbeumo when he comes to United. This is what he's going to look like. This is what they're saying, man. Oh, God. Oh, God, people. Wow, 155 votes. Right. Let's decide, people. Do you want a Sancho question on there? A vote? Do you want to vote on Sancho? Or do you want to vote on Mbeumo? Do you think Manchester United will get this Mbeumo deal done quickly, or will they drag it out till the end of the window? What should we ask? What question are we asking, people? What question are we asking? Which question are we asking? Which question are we asking, people? What question do you want? Do you want Sancho back? Are you happy to see Sancho back? Ruben Amorim is actively pushing to get Victor Gyökeres green light. His move to Sporting was heavily influenced by him. A coach he deeply admires. Okay. We won't get European football next season unless we win the FA Cup. But yeah, people are doing him dirty like that, man. I see that. People saying I see that. Very well. Big up Carla. Big up everybody, man. Love. But that is hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. I want to shout out the Twitter. Rob M. Rob M. Let me see. He's a Newcastle fan. He's a Newcastle fan. He's a bit new. He's a Newcastle fan that's a bit bitter and twisted Newcastle fan. But regardless, that's a funny tweet. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think the name Manchester United still means something, but it is what it is. Simone Inzaghi and Inter are set to part ways. Decision made. Inzaghi will now become Al Hilal coach as planned. Wow, that's crazy. Let me just get Matt. Matt here. Best channel on YouTube. You're absolute gem. Big up to you, Matt. Big up to you, Matt. Big up to you, Matt. Love. Thank you for the support in the channel. Appreciate you. Okay, people. What question should we ask? Should we ask the question, can Manchester United wrap this Mbeumo deal up ASAP? Or should we ask Sancho, are you happy to see Sancho back? Are you happy to see Sancho back so that he can then run down his last year of his contract? Yeah, where are we going, people? You decide. You decide. You decide. You decide. Listen, I gotta share another tweet as well. You know what? There's some amazing tweets going around, people. I gotta show you this tweet as well about the Mbeumo deal. Honestly, I've got to show. This is the last one. This is the last one before we carry on with the show. Let me just show you the last one. There we go. This is the most hilarious one. It says Jim Ratcliffe's realizing Mbeumo isn't going to be using up any of the shampoo in the changing room. Not Chris, I big up the mods. What are you saying, Jarvis? What are you saying? Please, please don't time out, people. Just please don't time out, people. Just having an opinion. In this community, we debate views. 100%. This is what this show is all about. 100%. We debate views. We don't cancel. We don't cancel them. I did see all their comments, so I might have missed something. Who's that? Mods, get on it. What's going on? It's too many things for me to keep up. It's too many things to call. Let's not cancel anybody, man. Let's not cancel anybody. Let's not cancel anybody. Let's not cancel anybody. This tweet made me laugh. This is one of the best tweets, honestly. Ratcliffe realizing Mbeumo ain't going to be using any shampoo in the changing room. Because you know that, innit? Whereas Make Savings FC, innit? We are, I swear to God. We are. But listen, I'll stop sharing this. What do you guys want me to talk about? Jarvis, I want to ask you a question. Are Manchester United going to drag it out? Or are they? I want to ask you, the guys. Let's put that to a poll. Let's do it to a poll. Right? Let's see who's won this poll. This poll is clear. It's not changed. The poll is not changed. So 64% and nearly 200. Like, you know what? 6 more votes. And that means 6 more. Actually, 4. There you go. 200 people have voted. And it's 36%. 36% have said, yes, they're glad that Bruno's staying. 63% of people have said, nay, they're not happy. Bruno should go. That is really interesting. I found that really interesting because I thought it'd be 50-50 now that he's staying. I thought people would change their minds. But people know football, man. Football is not just about XG. People can see with their own eyes. Who's the ball FC? No discipline FC. Scholes. There's a clip of Scholes on the overlap. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. To me, I thought it's one of the best pieces of analysis, one of the best midfielders of his generation. For me, in my lifetime, the greatest midfield player, other than Keane and Ings, is Paul Scholes. The most gifted midfield player I've ever witnessed at Manchester United is Paul Scholes. And on the overlap, a week ago, he gave one of the best analysis. One of the best analysis. So let's see if I can find it. Because people will like you to think you're chatting rubbish. People want you to believe that you're chatting rubbish. We're not chatting rubbish. Overlap. Let me just find it where they were talking about the bit where they were talking about where they're talking about Bruno. Let me just find it, people. Bear with me. Right, that poll is over. We're going to replace this poll. Do you think Mbeumo deal will be done? Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do this. End the poll. End the poll. Do you, this is the question, do you have faith? Do you have faith in Ineos to get Mbeumo deal done before pre-season? Pre-season, or will it drag out till the end of the summer? Or will they drag it till the end? Yay or nay? Let's go, people. Scholes it. Don't leave the pitchings alone, lad. Leave the bloody pitchings alone. Leave them alone. Let's start the poll, people. Keep voting. Keep voting. Let's go. We're not even 200 likes yet. Let's go, people. Let's go. That one there, 63% of you, 66% of you said Bruno staying is a bad sign. 36 of you are over the moon. But yeah, the question is now Mbeumo. The decision about Mbeumo. Keep voting, people. Keep voting. Let's be having you. Nay, the deal will drag the deal. Oh, man. Big up to everybody. Please, we're not on 200 likes. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP on the end of this stream. Let's get to 200 likes. Maybe we might even surpass ourselves and do 250 likes. Let's do 250 likes, people. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's see if we can do it. Let's be ambitious out here, eh? Not just how to splash in the cash. Let's be ambitious. We're not splashing no cash, man. Fernandes is going to run down his contract. Lol. Wow. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Let me see if I can find the bit where they're talking about Bruno Fernandes, where Scholes talks about Bruno Fernandes. That's the bit there I want. What he says. I'm just looking for it. Just bear with me, people. Right, I've got it. I've got it. I need to show you this. Paul Scholes. Here's Paul Scholes talking about Bruno Fernandes. This is Paul Scholes. This is a guy who played in three different positions in the midfield. I just need to explain this to you lot, because some of you were too young. At times, Scholes played on the left. He played for England there as well. He then, when he first started at United, he played behind a striker. Then he played as like centre midfielder with Roy Keane. Then he dropped into the quarterback zone where he dictated the game for us. So if anybody knows about midfield, it's fucking Paul Scholes. If anybody knows about it's Paul Scholes. So let me just share this with you, and then you can tell me yes or no if he's chatting rubbish or not. Let me turn him up. Can you see it all right?
To play to that way, but I was so surprised with his team. I was confident all week. I said on here, I was talking about history and history of the club will win this game. I see the team and I think that's the least physical team he could have picked. And obviously showed him
Bruno's performance.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
No, keep relying. What do you think about? There's been talk about, like, I'm at the position now where I'm just rip the whole thing up and start again. We've got no European football next year. Try and incorporate some academy players. I'm considering, it's not my decision, but I mean, I'm considering, like, maybe we do just let him go and just try and build it there. But
But they talk about 100 million quid from him.
I think only you only get that from Saudi.
So they talk about Saudi.
You have to take that.
You can't take that down. Do you know when you talk about this system as well? And I know he's been brilliant. He's carried the team on his back. Where does he play? What position is Bruno Fernandes? If you see him in one of them number 10 positions, you see him as a holding midfield player. He almost, I'm not going to confuse. He might confuse it. He might confuse the whole system because he doesn't really have that one position for him. So I think he's been brilliant. Don't get me wrong. But if there's 100 million quid for him, I think it's not
100%. I've always described Bruno Fernandes as a great talent, but not a great player. In that, he's a bit, as you say, but as you say, where does he play? He's a bit mad. He just runs all over the place. It feels to me. He's like a kid in the schoolyard. That's how I describe the best player in the schoolyard. He's over there 1 minute, then he's over there. He's taking all the free kicks. And he is in a really poor team. But I don't think he's ever had any discipline where if he was in those number 10 positions, and we say that's where he plays, but Amarin wants him there. He wants him to do certain things. He wants this one to do certain things. I used to always watch him when he's even under Ollie, and you'd be trying to criticise Man United defensively about pressing from the front. And I'd be watching. I was commentating the United Liverpool game, and I'd be watching. And he'd just be sprinting everything. He's working hard, and everyone thinks he is. But he's just killing everyone else.
Yeah, I think he's
running all over the place.
I think he does his own thing. I remember, I think it was Henri's spoke when he played for Guardiola, I think, at Barcelona. He said, you're only allowed in certain areas of the pitch now. I think if you're a top player, you should be able to play for the best managers. I couldn't see Bruno Fernandes playing for Pep.
I think that comes from sometimes. I think if he wasn't a Pep team, because he is a great footballer, his flick, tricks, his passing ability is fantastic, and obviously he gets goals. I think at United, because he's so emotional, it becomes like I need to be over there. I think he played for a team where there's better players around.
That's not great. It's not always great for a team, no, Adam. I've seen him in left back, right back. I've seen him everywhere. I try and see the game from where I was a centre midfielder. I see him as where the fuck is he? I don't know where he is, you know what I mean? He could be behind me, he could be in front of me, he could be right hand side, left hand side. And sometimes that upsets the rhythm of the team.
I was asking about the manager. I did the newspaper column after the final, and it wasn't just reacting to the final. I knew it was a bad defeat for you. But I was thinking of the financial implications of, Ruben Amorim's come in, it's not his team, we get that. He's trying to build to build something. This is like a...
I let it play, people. I've let it play. But that, to me, was one of the best. Him and Carragher, to be fair to Carragher as well. But Scholesy said everything that you need to say, you need to hear. Scholesy said it. He says it clearly there and then. He said he'd be mad to play with. Because in midfield, I played in midfield on our lowest level in the game. So not the highest, the lowest of the low. Saturday, Sunday league. And I promise you, if you vacated the midfield, the coaches would go crazy. They would go crazy even at positioning at the lowest level. If you empty the midfield and you just go and did what you wanted, they would go crazy. That's why it's a team game. That's why you have defenders, midfielders, wingers or wingbacks or fullbacks, attackers. You have that because football is that. There's 3 different departments. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but in American sports, especially American football, they have the defensive coaches, they have the middle coach, and then they have the different coaches. Then they had a quarterback coach. They split it all up. So, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Peter, but Cunha Mbeumo ain't solving shit. We need another 5 players. One of them is a goalkeeper. One of them is a striker. And we need to keep Rasmus. What about if we get a striker and he gets injured? We're going to put Mbeumo as the false 9. Nah, behave yourself. Manchester United need. They either keep Rasmus, right, on the bench, or they go and they sign 2 strikers. That's what Manchester United need. But yeah, for me, but then they'll tell you about XG. They'll tell you everything about XG. Voted yes because I am over, but deny. Bro, I can't read that. I'm dyslexic, man. Yes, I voted yes because I'm over the moon, but not to deny the 100. Oh, okay. You're over the moon. But to deny the 100 million is crazy. Yeah, I get you. Big up to you, man. 14, Man UFC 14. Big up to you. Bruno staying, Sancho staying. This is a bad day for United. Well, that's, like I said, I don't really come for that many rivals because I got owners who play against me every day. Every single day they play against me. Keep going, Rory. You don't give up on doing videos. You're the only non-biased YouTuber going on at Manchester United. Yo, this is it. This is what it is. Echoing. Sorry, apologies. Was it echoing? Apologies. Yeah, big up Macaulay. Yeah, big up to him. I think Bruno Fernandes stays because he doesn't want Saudi Arabia. If it was the European team, he'll be gone. And that's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. Yeah, I mean that's just that's the Bruno stand doing prop, mate. Scholes is talking facts. Big up the chat. Big up Audrey. Let's have a look at the poll before we come to talk about Sancho. Let's have a look at the poll, people. Let's have a look at the poll. Let me have a look at our poll. Where's our poll? Yeah, let's have a look at our poll. Not even 100 have voted. Ineos to get Mbeumo deal done before pre-season, or will they drag it out to the end of the season? Actually, this is really good. This is 61% says yes, they'll get it done before pre-season. That's really good, positive, optimistic, that. And 40% said no. 40% are saying no. But yeah, we're here. We're here, people. We're here. We're live. We're direct. Let's talk about Sancho now. You know what? It is really sad what's happened to Sancho. First of all, let me give you a little bit of background. Sancho was at Man City as a youth player. He ripped up the rule book in his goal-scoring abilities, his talent. I watched 2 derbies, youth games, 2 derbies. Manchester United versus Manchester City. Sancho absolutely took us to the cleaners. I think one game they beat us 3-0. He scored 2 and set up 1. Right? So he is an absolutely monster in the youth football. He was unbelievable talent. Unbelievable. Obviously, he left Man City because he saw that he left Man City to go to Dortmund because he saw that at Man City it would take us through. I think I'm good enough. And he backed himself. He backed himself, that kid. And you got to respect it. So he backed himself and he went and did it. Went to Dortmund, ripped it up. Manchester United chasing him for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. I remember me and Saeed doing videos on Saeed TV talking about him. We knew people that he was friends with. I knew people he was friends with. in Manchester, and they were like, yeah, he's coming to United, he's coming to United. Couldn't get the money, but then they went and got him. They get him, and it's a big reality check for him to come to an unstable football club that is just in disarray. And he doesn't get even any opportunities. He's sat on the bench majority of the times. Then the problem started, whether it was mental, whether it was addiction, whatever it was, right? Whatever it was, allegedly, what it was, mental health. Obviously, Ten Hag sent him to the Netherlands in Amsterdam to get his head sorted. He comes back, he's playing well. I actually think he's one of the better players technically. One of the best technical ceilings when he played in that number 10, especially when he drifted inside. I thought for United, under Ten Hag, for a period of time, for a couple of games, he looked tremendous. I swear to you, I was in the stadium going, oh my God, this is the real Sancho. That goal he scored against Liverpool when he sat them down, Milner, everybody down, put it in the bottom corner. So at the end of the day, he had his bright moments, but then he wanted to get out. The thing happened. United absolutely mistreated him. And I didn't agree. I did no way agree because there was other players who did crap in training, but Ten Hag chose who to throw under the bus and who not to throw under the bus. And coaches do that. So you can come back at me and say, no, but that's all coaches. Certain coaches will be harder on certain players and not be so hard on other players. But at the end of the day, that episode was disturbing. Then, as our brother fully explained it here, Ashworth, to get him out of the football club, negotiated this deal. Basically, we paid 40% of his wages, and then we said with the option to buy 5 million penalty loan fee if they didn't sign him. That's what happened. So at the end of the day, people, it is sad because he was one of the best talents I saw at a youth team, and I was like, wow, what a player! What a player! What a player! Big up to Bilal. Bilal says here, Nuruddin, big up to you, man. Big up to Bilal. Yo. Yo. Bilal is on a mad one. Yo. Damn. Bilal got me. He teed me up nicely with this. Then with the next two, he got me. He got me, people. Hands down, he got me. Bilal got me, people. I've been got. Bilal, you ain't never gonna clap any cheeks, bro. You look thirsty as hell. You need to go and clap the trees. That's what you need to do. You need to go and clap the wind. That's what you need to do, bro. You absolutely. He's got me. He's got me, people. He's got me. I'm gonna edit it out. Gosh. Astaghfirullah. Yo, that is Muslims. You don't think Muslims? What are we talking about here? It's got nothing to do with his religion. It's got nothing to do with his religion. Nothing to do at all. We don't know yet. We don't know who he is. Sancho. We don't know yet, but that's just mad. Yo, the chat is mad. I can't believe he got me. You know what? You gotta give him a round of applause. I don't mind this. I think it's hilarious. It's funny. My guy wants to clap my cheeks, My goodness me. Well, my mom told me that they're not gonna hate you, son. Some of them are gonna love you. Some of them are gonna hate you. I don't know about clapping my cheeks, but it's good to know I've got admirers out there. It's good to know. Good to know we've got admirers out here. Good to know. Yeah, big Big up, man. PSG. Yo, congratulations to the PSG fans. Congratulations to PSG. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine, man. Big up. I wanted PSG all along to win this competition. I'm so happy that PSG won. To be fair, Inter fans are also support Palestine. So big up to the PSG fans, though. They have been the most vocal in European football. Oh, except for Celtic. Now, Celtic Green Brigade, undefeated. They're the greatest allies of the Palestinians. They're the greatest supporters of the Palestinians. The Green Brigade is where it's at. The Green Brigade is where it's at. And I can't wait. Next season, I'm going to a Celtic game. I'm going to a Celtic game with the Green Brigade. Trust me. We're doing it. I told Saeed, we're going to go to a Celtic game to go and watch, to go and stand with the Green Brigade. Nuruddin, I respect your opinion on Sancho, but he was the issue. The club fans respected. He needed some time to reflect. And when he went on loan, he didn't even thank the fans. Now, listen, football spectrum, you have every opinion to make. I haven't finished what I was saying about Sancho. What I was saying that then he goes there, then he comments and he starts taunting the United fans. When when Rashford went to Villa, he had freedom, doing all of this madness. So I didn't agree with all of that. I don't, because you're taunting the fans who sang your name. Stop it, man. Have some respect. But at the end of the day, he's coming. He is coming to, basically, he's coming to Sancho to go and run down his last year of his contract. That's what he's coming to do. Big up, Jabbers! There we go.
Hello, guys. Hey.
How you doing, Jabbers? You good?
I'm good. How are everybody else doing? You doing good?
Yeah, we're doing good. Somebody just got me. They wanted to clap my cheeks. Somebody sent in a super chat and they said they wanted to clap my cheeks. And like I said, ain't nobody clapping my cheeks. But it's good to know you're admired. Eh? It's good to know you're admired. Java, talk to me. Loads of breaking news with Manchester United. The last day has been crazy. Obviously, I'm guessing you were live last night because the news about... I was at the cinema with some couple of friends. So when the news broke, I went to the toilet and I looked at my phone and I just see the internet meltdown online, the United fan base going. So you must have got numbers last night for your show talking about everything that's going on at United.
Yeah,
I've not watched the show yet.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, the breaking news, the Mbeumo or Mbeumo, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Mbeumo.
Some of the pundits say Mbeumo. I don't know why.
Mbeumo, I think Mbeumo is more of an African sounding name than Mbeumo.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't speak the Cameroon. You know, Cameroon have got like, I don't know, there's about 150 different ethnic groups or 200 different ethnic groups in one country.
It's a huge country.
It's a huge country, Cameroon.
I don't know how many people live there, but we're talking 50 million.
Yeah. Over 50 million, yeah. Over 50 million, yeah. So that's where he's from. Jarvis, he's a player we've talked about. I actually said yesterday, I don't think Manchester United were going to get him because I followed it logically. When you think logically, right? And then today, it dawned on me why he's joining Manchester United. Some people are saying he might have been a United fan as a kid. That's a pull, because if you are a fan of Manchester United, that means something to you. You know, the kid inside you wants to play for Manchester United. But the news came out this morning, Jarvis, and it's been reported majority-wise, especially to Newcastle. He told Newcastle he wants 200 grand a week. 190, 180 grand a week. And they said, no, thank you. Spurs don't pay that money. Arsenal surely don't pay that money. So United are happy to pay that money. But the question I have for you, Jav, are they going to drag it out or are they going to get it? What's the point? Let me say this to you now. What is the point of doing the same bullshit that Manchester United do in the transfer? Because they actually, you know, the excitement, they take it out of them. You know, we lose the, you know, like Liverpool, boom. Frimpong. Liverpool linked with 2 days later, boom. Frimpong's there. You know what I mean? Liverpool are linked with the Hungarian kid. Boom, they sign him. Manchester United take ages. So,
Curtis.
yeah,
That's-
Curtis. But
that's
let's
Curtis,
talk about
yeah.
it. Put this question to you: if they drag it out, I'd rather they move on to some other target, because making them miss pre-season, that means you're not backing the coach.
100%. 100%. We got to act swiftly. And I think we need to sign these players in early. And we know we have a short window now before the Club World Cup. And then everything will stop, at least for 2 weeks. And then we're back on. And then preseason has already started for a lot of teams. So we need to act swiftly. And you know, I asked the question in the chat earlier. If we're not happy right now, we are looking like we're signing 2 players in early, Premier League proven, robust players, and I would say I think that's positive, and you know, it looks good, but it's not over the line yet with Mbeumo. So I think we're just gonna wait this out. But I heard rumors about 135 to 140k a week yesterday. So the 200, maybe it's for Newcastle, because I heard something about quadrupling his wages from 445 as it stands right now. So we're talking 180 maybe Newcastle, but he's willing to take a pay cut to come to Man United if it's his boyhood club. What do you reckon?
The point that what I'm making is that he knows he's 26 years old. This is his last something in his right. Or the tea bag. He left the tea bag. Yeah. I'll say this, Jarvis. Obviously, this is his last big contract in his prime. So if he's signing a contract, I'm guessing he's going to sign 4-year contract. Yeah, he's 26 now, right? Or 25. Is he 25 or 20? I know in August he's going to be 26. I think he's turning 26. So that's the prime years in it. So he's going to sign a 4-year contract. That means that's the prime. And after that, unless he goes to Saudi, he's banging it in, doing a Mo Salah into his 30s. Then, so he's going to ask for that type of money. Now, if he's, like he said, if he's a United fan, then he will understand. You know, bang the goals in, renegotiate. If you become one of the most important players in the team, then you should be rewarded. But some people are saying, Jarvis, and I've been seeing it on some of the Brentford and on Twitter, we already know that Cunha is getting 200 grand a week. Mbeumo is going to say, I've scored more goals than Cunha.
It's fair. Yeah.
He's negotiation. He's the agents are going to say, I've scored more goals. I've had more goal involvement than I've had 28 goal involvement this season in the Premier League, and I deserve more. But I think personally, you can do that with a player, because that's what Ferguson used to. Let me just give the people an inside, Jarvis. Ferguson used to say to young players, especially, don't worry about the money. You will be rewarded. He used to say, just concentrate on playing. The money will come. If you are, you will be rewarded. And what he meant by that is that if you worried about the money too early, then the money gets into your mind, then you lose focus. But Fergie always rewarded. Remember, when the player is on form and is on fire, Fergie would go to the club and fight on behalf of the player. Forget the agents. He would go to the board and go, he deserves that. He's scoring goals. He's the reason why we've won this cup. He's the reason why we're up there in the table. That's what Fergie used to do. And that's why a lot of the players understood Fergie and had a lot of affection and love for him. Because when it was time to be rewarded, Fergie would be like, no, I will go to the board and I'll demand that you get paid this money.
Yeah, and I can also confirm it, because we had Phil Mars on, a former academy player of Man United, and he told us that Ferguson used to put on, when he had academy players on the bench, if it was available and if he wanted to award them, he would let them have the last 5 minutes of the game, so they would get the bonus, you know, the European game bonus or the Premier League bonus at the time. And for a academy player, at least at that time, it was big money. You know, you can get 5,000 grand extra that month, for example. So Ferguson was used to reward the players. Well, you know, the point is, when it comes to the wages, I see someone in a comment made a good comment. I think it was Naciolini 17, and say that Cunha was on 120 at Wolves, so that's why he's on 200, and Mbeumo is only on 40k a week. So at least he will treble his wages if he goes for 140. So I think he that's fair. That's reasonable. But when it comes to our wage budget, we got to realize that Anthony is most likely leaving. That's 200K a week. Rashford, that's 350 a week. Sancho,
Casemiro
250 a
apparently.
week. So
They tried to get Casemiro out as well, Jarvis.
yeah, they did, but I think he's staying. But when it comes to the wage budget, I think we have room for this. But we got to save up a little bit extra because there's one.
And don't forget as well, we're not paying the wages of Evans, Lindelof. Who else is leaving?
Ericsson,
Ericsson.
120, 150, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I think it's 150. So I think we have money in the wage budget, but we got to bring in a striker and a goalkeeper and a central midfielder and maybe a wing back. I don't know, because I was thinking about this yesterday, and if you look at a heat map of, for example, Diallo and Mbeumo, the heat map is similar. I showed you this the other day.
Yeah.
So he might play Mbeumo on right wing back, as far as we know.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's where the space is, Jarvis. Attacking wise, that's where the space is. That's where the space is. To me, what I'm worried about is the midfield, Jarvis. I'm not going to lie to you. I've watched some of the Manchester United games back, Jarvis. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I watched some of the games, and I watched 2 games back. And the 2 important games where we actually went in a bit, where the wing-backs went into midfield and actually helped out, was Liverpool and City. We actually outnumbered some of them. We overwhelmed and outnumbered them in midfield. But
I think also in the Arsenal game, way was it?
I didn't like to use that game because I think that from the kickoff we did a low block. We were just counter-attacking. We did a low block in that game. I'm talking about in the game where we had the share of the possession. Was the City away game and the Liverpool away game, and that to me was Bruno Fernandes' best game for Manchester United ever.
Yeah.
Ever. He played with intelligence and calmness that I've never seen him play with. I don't know what he was on. I don't know what side of the bed he slept on that night. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the routine was, but that was positional discipline in that game. I don't know if you saw it, Jarvis, but I played from one of our greatest midfield players, which is Paul Scholes. I played a bit of the bit where he talked about, he said he would have been a nightmare. Bruno would have been a nightmare to play with because he would never have known if he's behind him, if he's side of him, if he's in front of him, he wouldn't know where to be. And if you talk about judging distances, you're talking about the master. Scholes was the master of judging distances, whether short or 60 yards onto a winger's toe. So he talked about it. And for me, that's the reason why I think Manchester United should have parted ways with Bruno. I think we should have a reset. I think that, but now that he's staying, I really hope that positionally he gets more discipline. Because if he doesn't, I doubt that he's going to fit into the 2 in midfield, and I doubt that Cunha and Mbeumo are both going to play. So some are saying now, I got a text this morning, somebody saying United are chasing a striker, but the striker might not be the biggest because both Mbeumo and Cunha can play striker. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you
I
think
believe
to
we
that?
will sign this. I believe we will sign a striker,
huge.
Nordin. I believe 100% we will sign a striker, and I think we will fund it by selling Kobe Mainu, because from the looks of it now, we're not selling Bruno. Garnacho, we have a set price, 40 million. We know we need a budget of, I would say, north about 200 millions. So we already spent what 130 million so far. So how do we fund the Gyökeres deal? And we also need a goalkeeper and a midfielder. So I think we are.
And a wing back as well, Jarvis. And we need a centre half. Let's be real, Jarvis. We need a centre half.
Yeah, we can't do it all in one window. I think
Jarvis,
we'd be overreaching. I think maybe 4 players, 5 at best. We talked about this. I don't think so. So now we have the 2 number 10s, and we will sign a striker and we will sign a goalkeeper. So that's 4, and maybe a midfielder. That's the 5th. And I think it stops there. But how do you fund it?
Listen. I've already done the video. I've already done a video saying that Kobe Mainoo needs to leave the football club. And that's one thing I'm happy about Bruno staying now. That even though I've read that Kobe's like, and he's going to see, because, they sacked a lot of the coaches, you know that, don't you? The fitness guys, some of the Manchester United.
Yes. Yeah. I read about
a lot
it
of
yesterday.
the fitness guys. Yeah. So they sacked a lot of the, I knew that weeks ago. I told people here weeks ago that they sacked some of the masseurs, physios, and the actual, injury and rehab guys. They sacked a lot of them. So he's actually having a private one-to-one with a specialist to build his physicality up.
Yes.
Do it somewhere else, bro. Go and do it somewhere else. Go to a stable football club. I don't want him going anywhere. I don't want to see him play against us, Kobe. I want him to go to a top European team. And I think the best place for him, you think might be a bad, but I think Bayern Munich would be the most stable place for him to go and do what he needs to do.
Yeah, that's
I
probably
genuinely
right.
think that.
Yeah.
I really think. I think Bayern Munich have a history of bringing really, developing midfield talent. And they're a very stable football club.
But a club like Borussia Dortmund, they were after Amad Diallo yesterday. They were inquiring for his signature. United refused, Diallo refused, but I think maybe a club like Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich could be the next place for Kobe Mainoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also have Ten Hag is back. Leverkusen.
Do you think he would go there to develop? But I think that I genuinely do think, Jarvis, that Ten Hag didn't develop Kobe. I thought he just overplayed him. I really think that, and he suffered this season. It wasn't just Ten Hag; it was the England thing as well, and he suffered emotionally. That high of winning the FA Cup with United, going to playing in the Euros final, then coming down again to this. I think we know, Jarvis. Me and you have watched enough football to know that that's what young footballers do. Look at somebody like Foden. Foden is way more ahead in terms of his development than Kobe Mainoo. Look at Foden's season this season. Absolutely woeful. Why? Because he's still a young player. You still can't rely on the young players.
Yeah, and you get overplayed. They're only humans at the end of the day, and you can't play. Look at Rodri. It went well up until the injury, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. And that's also a worry by keeping Bruno. He's played a tremendous amount of minutes the last couple of seasons. We are talking about 6,000, almost 7,000 minutes a season.
Yeah.
So it's
and the burnout could come and hit him anytime. Remember Rooney. Rooney was playing every game. Rooney was up there, and then one season we just seen. Remember the drop, Jarvis? The drop went from here straight down, and then we're just looking at Rooney, going, "What the hell's happened to him? What happened to that player?"
He looked 10 years. Let me just get 10 years older in a season.
Oh my God! Yeah, Tevez was saying today, one of the worst days for United since Fergie left, since the Glazers and Ineos arrived, because of Bruno staying as he sets us back 15 years. Ben's not too happy. Free Palestine. Ben, listen, Kobe's gonna get developed. I'm looking at this glass half full. I'm not looking at glass half empty. I'm looking at glass half full, because I think Kobe needs to be freed from this football club. I genuinely think that. And I genuinely do think that Kobe Mainoo needs to go somewhere where people can appreciate, where he can play 3 in the midfield. I really think Kobe can't play 2 in the midfield. I think he needs to play 3 in the midfield, and he needs to have some sort of be able to roam a little bit. I think having Bruno and Kobe in midfield, that will murder Manchester United. Bruno's the most positioning and discipline, and Kobe not there physically yet. It's not there physically. And he's not there experience-wise yet. People make it out because he did such a good job that he's got a lot of experience. No, he hasn't. When you play 200 games, then you're an experienced player, because those legs have played 200 games. The physicality, the conditioning is there. The core conditioning is there. So for me, I am not too hard on Kobe mainly because he's a young player. But I said 4 months ago, I said it in December, I made a video, Jarvis. I said he needs to go up to a place where stable football club, where he's allowed to be developed, where he can come in, work on the physicality, work on the different attributes, and come in and out. That's where he needs to go.
Yeah.
That's where he needs to go. Let me just get this in a super chat. Big up to Dave. Big up, Dave.
Big up, Dave.
We need to keep Mainu. He's going to improve. He's still young.
I agree.
Bilal tried to get you those Diddy pass.
No, but
yo, Bill, do you think that was Diddy? That's Diddy from the New York court, eh? He wants to get me in, get me involved. Big up to you, though, Dave Smith. I appreciate the super chat. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, I was just saying, I want to keep Kobe. I think he's one of the most important. He's our future. Players like Kobe, I think Heaven is one of the future. Obi Martin players. I would do whatever it takes to keep them. But you have to think like Ineos do. You know, we need money, and how do we fund? So at the end of the day, the question could be: do we want to keep Højlund or Kobe, or do we want to sign Gyökeres? And if you ask the same question to Amorim, I think Amorim will say, okay, give me Gyökeres. That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be ruthless. And he's known to be a ruthless manager when it comes to this. And fan favorites will leave. That's the question. So
No, but listen, I have no problem with that. Like I said, I actually agree. Because I genuinely do not think Manchester United is a stable football club. And it'll be very interesting to see the two that are going to play in midfield. That's going to be very interesting next season now that Bruno's staying, because I actually think Bruno physically, if you see I don't know if you've seen his, if you know his duels record, he's really bad. He's actually really bad. For a fit guy, he's really bad, the physicality, Bruno. Bruno. He loses.
Yeah, but you know why?
He loses a lot of one-to-one because he runs everywhere.
No, it's not one-to-one. It's 2 against 1. He's the hack man. He goes in areas.
He runs. He runs
at him. If they're
like
2
a headless
against 1.
chicken. Yeah,
yes.
Headless chicken. Yeah, he does the headless chicken shit.
Do you remember the Harry Amos goal? What game was it?
Brentford.
When Harry Amos was left high up, and Bruno, after we conceded a goal, Bruno started yelling at Harry Amos. One of the first games of Harry Amos.
Yes.
And that was all Bruno's fault.
Because Bruno ran.
Bruno ran 2 against 1 and sold himself. So Harry Amos was left. And what did Bruno expect? So this is Bruno's weakness in a way. And maybe he should be more careful playing in a double pivot. And I've been saying this all the time. But if he's disciplined, I would love to have him in the double pivot. That's just the way it is. So, you know, you have 2 Brunos. It's Jekyll and Hyde sometimes. And that's my biggest worry going forward.
The only 2 games I'll remind you another game. Under Ten Hag, Everton, when Everton came to Old Trafford at home, Jarvis, and they played do you remember when they came and played a very high line? Do you remember that game?
Yes.
I think it was the first, when Sean Dyche first got there, he came to Old Trafford, not last season, the season before under Ten Hag. Bruno played in the 2 in the pivot. And all that was brilliant. You know, this is what I'm saying to you. These games sticking, because I was at the stadium that day, and I'm like, Bruno's not hooping it today. He's just playing outside of the boot little balls, around the corner, playing one-touch football, getting it back, doing that, letting them push onto us. And yeah, that game, actually, who played the number 10? It was Sancho. I think it was Sancho who played the number 10. Yeah. Another game was against Leicester. Leicester came to Old Trafford as well, with Maddison, played a mad high line, and we beat them. And Bruno and Sancho both scored. So, yeah. Big ups to Nuruddin. United secure Mbeumo and Cunha will bring the goals. You need a good keeper, a central midfielder, and also a winger. Interesting. Who do you support, man? Santi, let us know what team support. Nuruddin, the club is rotten, bro. Yeah, listen, that's my point of view. But I'm happy to debate anybody, and I want to hear different points of views. But for me, if you're bootlicking with the Ineos and Glazers, then I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna mince my words about that, because they're the reason why we finished 15th. It was them. They orchestrated it. Amorim said to him, "Start now." Start what now? But we'll see. But I believe Jarvis is being realistic. I believe Manchester United needs 7 first-team players. to go anywhere near European position next season, to go even anywhere near 6 or 7, they need 7 first teamers. That's my belief. A goalkeeper, a centre half, 2 midfield players. Actually, 1 midfield player. Let me finish. 1 midfield player, 2 number 10s, Mbeumo, Cunha, and I personally believe 2 strikers. Because if one of them gets injured, what's going to happen?
Yeah, we're back to Højlund. So no, I agree. But when it comes to this,
do you believe the Højlund rumors? Apparently, it's going to be a loan, but Inter Milan. Do you believe those rumors, Jarvis? Did you see that news? Breaking news.
Yeah, but where is he going to play?
He's
Arturo
going to
Martinez? No, Martinez or
Martinez. Yeah, Martinez is severely hamstrung by injuries. If you watch this season, and plus they want competition for Thuram.
Thuram, yeah. Okay.
They want to freshen it up because Inzaghi's leaving now. Apparently, guess who they're linked with, Jarvis? Inter Milan to take over Inter Milan.
Andoni
my friend,
Iraola?
my friend, one of my favorite coaches in Marseille, and the Marseille fans are going absolutely berserk.
Okay, so you think De Zerbi is going for the job? Okay.
There are talks apparently between De Zerbi representative and Inter Milan. But the news came out today, it broke a couple of hours ago. Inzaghi has said yes to Al Hilal. So he's going to Al Hilal. He's leaving, Inzaghi.
I see Sheikh Ariam coming in and say Taremi is leaving. So he's the
Iranian, he's leaving. But to be fair, he's not played that much as well. When I watch their games in the Milan, he's been coming on as a sub in the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. He's not been. Thuram's been the mainstayer of their team. He's been the main guy. Martinez obviously has played, but he's been injured. Loads of different injuries. Ben says, "Pick up these Bruno flickers are attacking me on X." Seeing fans pinky promises to Bruno to stay is embarrassing. No one did this for Ronaldo, Herrera, or Pogba. Yeah, well, to me, Herrera was the one that was treated. Pogba ran his contract down. Herrera was the one that was mistreated. Really mistreated. Yeah. That's the one that was really mistreated. But yeah, I believe that. Jarvis is more realistic than me. He's saying 4 players is possible. 2 of them we know. But I think a goalkeeper is vital.
Players, yeah, I believe that's possible. But it depends. But the most important thing this window, Nordin, is players out. We need to get rid of players like Onana. I think we need to really look at ourselves. Maybe a player like even Dalot. We know he's not good enough. We have the midfield. Maybe Ugarte. Maybe he's a little bit sketchy. I don't see him fitting into the system. But the most important maybe is Højlund and Onana. If we can get rid of those 2 players, I think we are in a good place.
Yeah.
And obviously players like Mason Mount and Luke Shaw and all of that. But they are harder to sell.
They're very hard to shift.
Yeah.
It'd be very difficult to shift. I think Luke Shaw's got 2 years. 2 years coming next this season, so he'll have 1 year left after that. Mount has got 2.5 years, I think. I think he signed 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they'd be very, very, very good to lose. I don't mind Martinez. Apparently, Villa need to get rid of players. I don't mind Martinez because, like I said, I am now. You know who I prefer? It's James Trafford. He's the Burnley goalkeeper.
Obviously, he looks mint.
I prefer him. I think
But he's young. Do you trust a young goalkeeper?
Yes, because I think he can play. I think he can rise to the pressure. I'm not saying that. Obviously, I watched him in that Euros. You know the Euros final. You know the Euro the 21s when they won.
Yeah.
He was super impressive, Jarvis. So impressive. And I know that you should never judge a player on international duty, but Burnley, I've got 2 friends who support Burnley. He had a bit of a shaky start when he first went there. After that, he's been phenomenal. Last season, he was phenomenal, Jarvis. Absolutely phenomenal. But if Emilio Martinez comes to Manchester United, I won't. I think on the area-wise, he doesn't spit too many things out. He's quite demanding. He's fantastic on penalties. So, yeah.
The only issue with Martinez, I think, he's on his last big contract. He's 33 years old age. So I think
he can go to Saudi after 2 years. Get a bigger contract.
But I think he's putting himself out there for the last big contract, the payday.
I wonder how much are they paying him?
Must be like 250 at least. I don't know, Willa, how their wage structure is, but someone in the chat can check out.
Listen, people, I need to go and get therapy. Genuinely, I'm gonna go to therapy. Jarvis, thank you so much for jumping on. Let them know when you're next live. And people, we've got it here. Big up to Fury basically got the channel. That's the channel. I just looked before. I looked just before, and 200, just over 200 subscribers short 1,000 where they can properly monetize. So the least you can do is go over there now. Tactical Devils. Subscribe to Tactical Devils. All you need to do is put Tactical Devils on YouTube.
Thank you.
There,
Thank
it's
you.
written there. Make sure you check. And go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, I just want to see Football Fan Zone coming in with a comment, and I just want to comment on this because Jarvis say he doesn't see Ugarte in the system. He's not aware the reason we bought him Amorim in because he worked with Ugarte in Sporting. Okay, I agree with that, but I think Amorim changed up his system a little bit, because if you've seen how Hjulmand plays, he's more of a deep-lying playmaker, not a destroyer, because he always had one up and down and one side-to-side midfielder in the pivot. But Amorim changed it up in his best Sporting team, and Morten Hjulmand, the Danish guy, is much more of a playmaker when he plays deep. And I think Amorim prefers this because he's much more secure on the ball, because you play out in the 3-2 or in the 2-2 with the goalkeeper in between. So you are outnumbered in a way sometimes. So you need to have trusted ball players. And that's the issue with Ugarte. You know, you can't trust him with the back against the goal, receiving the ball under pressure. He's not press resistive. And I think Amorim are aware of this. So in a way, I feel it's a little bit suspect. But I agree.
We've seen him use centre halves instead of Ugarte. Ugarte's on the football pitch. He's telling Ugarte to go to the over the halfway line onto the opposition territory, and he's asking Harry Maguire, Lenny Yoro, or De Ligt to be in that space. We've seen it with our own eyes. He doesn't trust him. Trust him, because the biggest thing for me in Portuguese football, you're able to get away with it with Ugarte there, Jarvis. But you can't get away with it on the Premier League. The Premier League, the distances are covered. You get smashed. Teams everybody's got a pressing zone and a pressing trap. Everybody has that.
They do.
Yeah. But big up.
And to be aware of Amorim, yes, I know he played Palinha and Mateus Nunes up and down, side to side. But he changed it up a little bit in his last season of Sporting, or 2 last seasons with Hjulmand. So that's just my point on this. So I think maybe we are looking of a more ball-playing midfielder. And maybe that's what Amorim is thinking. Maybe he want to use Bruno in that role. But the issue there is Bruno is not press resistive either with his back against. So we need a midfielder, definitely. We need Sander Berge. Sander Berge, he's the guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
You're right, Jarvis. He's the guy. And he stayed fit all season at Fulham, even though I questioned it. And I was totally wrong. And you were right, Mr. Bowley, 77.
Thank
you
you.
were 100% spot on. He stayed fit, and he made a huge difference to the way Fulham play, especially the way they build, the patience. He gives it, gets it, runs with it, hits the ball out wide, gets players involved. He's been a phenomenal for Fulham this season. For me, that's why Bruno doesn't fit in the system, Jarvis. If you want the honest truth, you've just exposed it, Jarvis. He can't play in the pivot because he's not good with his back to goal. And you can't play as one of the number 10s if you can't hold the ball up to back to goal, Jarvis. You can't. So,
or you have to specifically just build your system around Bruno and create runners like Mbeumo. Maybe
Konya doesn't run. Konya runs with the ball. Konya, Jarvis, I'm going to do the video. I'm doing the research for it. Konya actually is a brilliant. He travels with the ball. He's a brilliant runner with the ball. Without the ball, really. He's a bit like Berbatov, bit laid back, bit likes to walk around a little bit. Fine. But to be fair, you see the heat map where he likes to be. It's in and around from the halfway line.
Yeah.
Where Xerxes, the areas where Xerxes was showing. On the left-hand side, that's where he plays. That is where he plays. But he's a bit more ball carrier, and he can inject. He can take people on. But it's going to be fascinating. But people, I need to go to therapy.
Yes.
Love and light. Big up to everybody. People, seek out therapy. Nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody needs therapy. Trust me. You think you don't, but you do. So seek out therapy. Look after your mental health. Everybody goes on about the physical health. People need to look at the mental health. And the mental health sometimes affects the physical health. But big up, free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan, free Palestine. The people, they're starving right now. And the world governments are watching. They're starving children. And they're actually shooting. They're bringing the food in. Then they're shooting the people. So Israel is allowing the trucks to come in. Palestinians go to it and they start shooting them. It's like some sort of twisted horror film. Some twistedly inhumane horror film we're watching. That's why Zionism is a death cult. Zionism needs to be erased like Nazism. It needs to be fucking erased from this planet. It needs to be erased. I'm telling you, that ideology needs to be fucking crushed. Killing, murdering, sniper shots to children, to babies. No other army, no other war since the Nazis were doing it are doing this. Freedom. Freedom Manchester 10. Free Manchester United fans from Ineos and fucking Glazers. And if you want to be down with them too, then fuck you too. Win, lose, draw. Keep the faith. We'll see what United do. Any other breaking news tomorrow will be live. Jarvis, let them know when you're next live.
Yeah, we are heading for a show on Thursday. You know, I don't have much time this week, but you know, go subscribe to Tactical Devils, hit that bell, and you will get the notification next time we go live. Stu and I.
There you go. Tactical Devil Thursday night. Thursday night. Make sure you check Jarvis out on X as well. Bowley, BOLE77. Big up to everybody. Big up to Ben. Big up to everybody who super chatted. Let me just thank all the super chat. Abdulaziz, Matt, even though he got me, Bilal Hussein, Ben, Dave, Ben, and I'm sure there was Zeg as well. Zeg, Abdulaziz as well, and Abdulaziz as well. Big up to everybody. And Adewale as well. Adewale with a big super chat.
Oh, yes.
Appreciate him. He's absolutely, Adewale is fuming. He says this, Jarvis, you missed it.
I know Adewale. I get all his tweets, so I know his take on Bruno. Big up Adewale, big up.
Yeah, big up. There you go. Hit that link, takes you to Tactical Devils. There you go, people.
Thank you, Twelumba Piri. And I just want to say, we also have to thank everybody who smashed the like. 238 likes so 100%. Far, and that's brilliant. 100%. Thank you, guys.
And everybody who voted, everybody who's voted, let's tell them the poll. 65% say yes, Ineos are going to get the deal done. 35% say nay. Okay, too contrasting. It was exactly the other way around. We said, are you happy Bruno's staying? 66 said no, and 34% said yes. So it's the two are right opposite each other. Fascinating polls. And that's why I don't have to ask you to like the video. We can do more polls if you just like the video. Thank you so much. 238 likes on the video. Brilliant. Amazing. Love, light. Look after each other. Ineos out, Glazers out, free Palestine, free Lebanon, free the Congo, free Sudan, free the people, free them all. Solidarity and love with all the indigenous people around the world. F the military industrial complex. F the colonial industrial military complex. F the big corporations are ripping people off. Love and light, free the Manchester 10, free Manchester United from these wretched owners. Peace, love, light. Big up to everybody who commented. Big up everybody who kept the conversation. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comments. Bruno, happy. Sancho, are you happy? He's coming back. Are you? I heard a cheeky swap deal suggestion, Jarvis, before we go, that he was going to be. They asked about Mohamed Kudus and a Sancho swap to West Ham, but I think that's just a fantasy. That's just fantasy. Listen, Mina, you can raid. I've got to go to therapy. Love, take care. Peace. Nice one, Jarvis, for jumping on. Big up. Love.